Today I'm going to be reacting to the face-off between Dmitry Bivol, Artur Beterbiev, undisputed light heavyweight title fight this weekend. Now I've already made my prediction on the fight, what's going to happen, and I broke down the fight. I think that Artur Beterbiev is going to get the victory. I've already placed the bets. The bets have been placed, and I've got a substantial amount of cash on Beterbiev for the victory.
No, I enjoy it. It's a hobby. If I had a problem, I'd be starving. I'd be hawking this watch. My championship rings, I would sell my house. I would do this. My wife would left me, or she'd be starving, or my kids would be starving. I do not have a problem. I enjoy gambling.
Now, of course, I'm very interested in, the lead up, how both fighters are going into this fight. They're both sort of foreign speakers, so I don't really know too much. I haven't really seen too much of their mindset, leading up to the fight. I'm just really going off who I think is going to win. Of course, I'm backing Beterbiev, and, there's things in my mind like his age, coming off a knee injury, certain things in my mind, sort of doubts are creeping up. So I think it's a good thing that, they're doing this face-off because, face-offs in boxing are where you can, determine where the fighters are, where they're at, basically. So, yeah, we're going to check it out today. Okay, so here's the face-off between Beterbiev and Bivol.
Dmitry Bivol against Artur Beterbiev. In my opinion, the best fight in boxing. This guy...
Right now, yeah, I definitely would say it's the best fight in boxing.
I believe he's pound for pound the top fighter in the sport.
Lightning fast jab. Solid body shot from
Beterbiev all day.
Dmitry Bivol is simply too good for him.
This guy he's a brute, an absolute brute.
Oh, a thunderous punch from Beterbiev, one of the great pound for pound fighters in the world.
Obviously, I'm going to be biased watching this face-off because I got, money on Beterbiev, but we'll see. I was just curious to see the mentalities.
For the very first time in boxing history, there will be just one unified, undisputed light heavyweight world champion. It's the first time in the 4-belt era that all those belts will, in theory, leave with one man. Both of these men, both world champions, both undefeated, both brilliantly smart at boxing, both with great amateur pedigree, great records, and both with the ability to end a fight with just one punch from either hand. It's a delight and a pleasure to sit down in between. Well, I hope it's a delight and a pleasure to sit down in between Artur Beterbiev.
Very small table. It looks like they're sitting in front of a, I don't know what it is, step stool.
And Dmitry Bivol. Welcome, fellas. Thank you very much indeed. So you're not friends, are you? It's not that you're enemies, but you're not friends. You haven't known each other for 15 years. You haven't been in different training camps together. You have spent no time together, correct?
We were in the same national team, but we were not friends, of course. Yeah.
In the ring, you're very professional.
Bivol knows what time it is.
You don't get involved in all of the cheap talk, all of the silliness. Okay, but I can sense sitting here that you want to fight him and that you want to fight him. Is that fair? Is that true?
I don't want to fight with him. I need only another belt. I'm not focused of him or of fighter,
So it's just business with you?
Yeah, it's not business. It's
strictly
like
business.
I need another belt.
Strictly business.
What about with you, Dmitry? Is it personal or just business?
No, of course it's not personal, because I told before that I want to be undisputed. I want to fight for the belts, and this is my chance.
Have you ever had a fight where it's personal? Have you ever had an opponent as a professional
No,
where you didn't like
no,
him, where it was personal?
No, never I had it.
Never?
Never.
It's just not your way?
It's, for me, boxing is just a game. It's kind of my life, and the opponent, it's just opponent, nothing personal, because every opponent has different personality, and I don't mixing.
They're both Russian personality, like taking it super humble approach, super humble approach, not overlooking each other, no trash talk. This is a straight business Russian mindset. Now, I haven't really seen a Russian fighter that talks trash, and it's obviously no different with these two.
Business like sport, with the personal stuff.
You step back from it.
Yeah, of course, you shouldn't.
And what about you, Artur? Have you had any of your opponents, 20 professional opponents, have you not liked them? Anyone?
Of course.
Which one?
Before fight, everyone like.
Everyone you dislike.
I don't like him. I don't like him.
There you go. He's a killer.
So before the fight, you don't like him?
It's true, yes. It's true. It's my opponent, you know. I'm coming here not for
friendship.
shake hand or be
But
friend.
you will shake hands because you're a gentleman.
I have shake because he give me shake. He give me hand, you know. That's why I give him shake hand.
So is that the state of mind you have to get to, Artur, that you dislike him, you want to beat him, or whoever is in the other corner?
No, I mean just it's because of he's not my friend. He's my opponent. He tried to beat me. I try to beat him too. Like it's very simple.
How is it at 39 that you are still so fresh? How do you do it?
I don't know. It's normal. Maybe good food. Maybe good sleep. I don't know.
And what about you, Dmitry? Do you think that perhaps at 39...
I'm not getting too much from these guys. I'm not getting too much.
Maybe towards the end of Artur's career? What do you think?
Every time when I'm going in the ring, I think that my opponent in the best shape in his life, and I don't think about how old is he, how many opponents he beat. I just think like he's the best
Seems
now
nervous.
in his shape. It helps me to be focused.
What do you think is Artur's best quality? Is it his head? Is it his physique? Is it his left hand, his right hand? What do you think? What does he do best?
He has everything, and the majority is power.
And what about you, Artur? What does he do best?
Majority is power.
I think he know his best things and his weakness things. You know.
He knows them.
I think he knows.
You know them, but you won't tell me.
I know. I won't tell you. Like I can say like he said like everything. Like, but
Keeping distance,
true.
footwork,
It doesn't mean anything.
it's not true.
jab.
When you were in Riyadh and you bumped into each other, I saw it, it was filmed, and you shook hands. You looked at him, he looked at you. You were eyeing each other up, measuring each other up. Maybe knowing you would fight.
I felt that we will fight. And when I met him, I didn't look at him like you are telling.
Okay.
I just shake hands to the guy whom I know, whom I saw in my national team when I was amateur boxing. I was polite.
I don't know. We talk about fight, but we never fight.
Bivol's nervous.
The 4 belts, you have 3, you have 1. Artur, is it important to have all 4 belts to be the undisputed? Does that mean a lot to you?
Yeah, it's goal. Like that is goal in this category.
It's like soldier wants to be a general. This is the same. I don't need anything.
Distractions.
Which is, yeah.
You just like to prepare for the fight.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And so in fight week, it's not a good idea to sit you both down. It's okay now.
I don't know what they will create, but I know this is the part of my job, which I don't like,
He's gonna
to be
box
honest.
and run.
I like training, I like fighting, and I accept that. I have to do this interview, I have to come to London for this press conference, because I was in my happy place, in my training camp. But I know this is part of the business.
And are you the same, Artur? You have to do this, or do you enjoy this? You don't enjoy it?
Because it's my work.
Yeah.
Like I earn money by this job. That's it.
It's a hard job, boxing.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Beterbiev gives away nothing. He doesn't enjoy the sport. I mean, it's just work for him. He doesn't really say too much about his opponent, about himself. But he's such a strong fighter, so extremely hard to read, Beterbiev.
It is a hard job, Dmitry. When you were growing up, when did you
I got the bankroll on it.
realize that you would be a professional boxer?
I don't remember myself without boxing, to be honest. It was just part of my life. I felt like I have to do it.
And how old were you when you first walked into a gym?
5.5, 6 maybe.
And what about you, Artur? How old were you
It's going to be a tough fight for Beterbiev.
when you first walked to a gym?
9, 10 maybe.
So with you, it's over 20 years.
Yeah.
And with you, it's 20 years as well, nearly 20 years. Or
28 years.
Yeah, so long, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you look at Dmitry, What do you see? What kind of man do you see?
I'm watching only for how he do box, not like in life. I don't care about his life, what he doing in life, you know.
Just want to
Only,
beat,
only
just want to win.
in ring, you know.
And what about you, Dmitry?
I just treat him as a good fighter, as a fighter who loves his job, and that's it.
Do you think one day that you will get another fight with Canelo? He still talks about you, Saul Canelo Alvarez. He still talks about you.
I don't know. I don't care about, to be honest.
This
now,
ain't
because I have
Canelo.
a fight. I have a serious opponent.
A big one.
Yeah, and with Canelo, this subject is close for me. But we'll see.
You know, I don't think Canelo would want smoke with Beterbiev, and that should say a lot right there.
Everything is possible.
Of course.
To be honest, yeah. But I don't wanna talk about him now.
And Artur, even though you have won all of your fights, stopped all of your opponents, is there any man that you have fought that you would like to fight again? No, all finished.
Not finished, I mean, I'm not thinking about these things.
I'm not getting too much from
In
Beterbiev.
Riyadh, ding ding, first round. What happens in the fight, Dmitry?
I'm not Wanga or Nostradamus to say what will happen, you know. I just know I will believe in my skills, like everything, like every time. And I will come in the ring only for victory.
Artur, first round, what happens in the ring? What happens once we start fighting?
Action start.
Action does start, yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
We'll see.
Neither of them sound intimidated. Bivol doesn't sound intimidated. Even though I want Beterbiev to win, you know, he's going to come in the fight for sure. I still think that Bivol's going to get the early rounds. So Beterbiev is pretty much going to come back. And I think he's going to hurt Bivol late. But, I mean, they both sound super confident. They're both saying the right things.
And then we'll see.
What it's going there?
You're both very good diplomats.
It's not
Exactly.
nice for us to talk about things which we don't know.
What I'd like to do, fellas, is I know you did it before we went on, but could we shake hands for one last time before we get to Riyadh? One last time?
I don't have problems with this.
Yeah, please.
Of course.
So that's Dmitry Bivol, that's Artur Beterbiev. It'll be the first time in the modern era that all four of the belts will be on the line. All four of the belts,
Okay, I think
one
that's it.
undisputed and dignified.
Okay, so the main part of me wanting to watch that was to gauge a little more about their mentality. And I learned precisely nothing. They both didn't give anything away in the entire face-off. But I'm definitely backing Beterbiev. You know, that's who I'm backing. So it is what it is. We're going to see how the fight goes. Beterbiev decision or late stoppage. Bivol, he sounds confident. He's saying all the right things. Looking forward to the fight. These guys are obviously in-ring type fighters, not outside ring type fighters. So that's all for this one.